Welcome to Ninja Monkey, everyone. What a day it's been. Um, it's been a disastrous day, but that not important. Not important. I hope you can hear me. I'll explain a little bit now why I hadn't scheduled the stream and everything. And as you can see, there's a clue as to the type of day that I've had. The clue is in that I'm not streaming in my studio. I'm not streaming with a green screen. I'm not streaming as I normally do, which totally sucks. But anyway, thank you everyone for turning up lastminute.com. I wanted to stream. I don't know how long the stream is going to be. For those of you who are new, I'm Nathan Ninja Monkey. I make content as a traveler, as a tourist to Japan. And my aim on this stream is to help you have a successful, great trip in Japan. So let's see who is here. Japan says, yo! Tommy Tran is also here. What's up? Philippe. Hey, Monkey. Hey, Volt Boy. How you doing? And hi, everyone. Blue Sky Cliff Dog is here. Also, Go Wander Down Under. Awesome. Bojo. Gazumi. Dreaming of Japan, everyone is. Sugamo. Dreaming of Sugamo. Frog Lady is here. Hey, Froggy. How you doing? And Jessie. Awesome. Mindy's mom. Hey, Mindy. How you doing? And awesome. So just to cut the story, I don't want to like be talking about this all stream, but for those of you who've been following my my story this year, I got flooded by my upstairs neighbor on Christmas Eve last year, Christmas Eve, and I was flooded again today. I was cat sitting, and when I arrived home, my bathroom was flooded, and it's gone into my bedroom, and basically it's not as much damage, but it's gonna cost a pretty penny. In fact, it might even affect my future trips to Japan. That it's anyway, but enough about that. We're here to talk about Japan and help people have successful trips to Japan. And today I 100% need my Tokyo Banana and my Coke Zero. And yeah, I couldn't stream where I normally do because it's a mess. I've had to move everything into other rooms, and it's absolutely a crazy mess right now. And it's actually gonna be a bummer because it's gonna potentially slow down me creating any content before I go on my trip to Japan, which I was really relying on because I can't. My channel's gonna die if I don't put anything out in 6 weeks. But that's life. Anyway, hit the like button, everyone. Hey, couch stream. At least I could do this. Well, let's not show my belly. I'm going to Japan again, third time now. This time I'm going with my sister. We're both excited. Awesome. Go in late August. Nice one. Hey, thank you so much, Flood Relief fans. Thank you, dude. Much appreciated. Because I honestly don't know what to do with my house right now. Like you're looking at the corner of my house that looks normal, or the corner of my apartment that looks normal, but I look all around and I just want to like cry, but I know that there are far worse things in life. So let's be positive. Stay positive. I say stay positive, right? So hi from hot UK. Hot for England for sure. Oh no, indeed. Adventures of Old Man GBs. How are you doing? Oh, dude. Thank you, Banana and Flood fans. I'm gonna wait for it to sort of like thank you so much. I'm gonna let it sort of like like defrost. For some wellies at this point, I should start walking around my house in wellies every day because bloody hell. Like Mindy's mum. Nathan, I'm going to be heading to Japan in October. Nice! I watched your last video regarding medical insurance. I was planning on purchasing Faye today. Have you heard of them? I've never heard of them. Just one little thing, Mindy's mum. Mindy. Mum. Should I start calling you mum? A little bit like Drew. In my heart. Drew is always in my heart. But at the moment, they haven't changed any rules in terms of insurance. You don't need it. However, I highly recommend that you do if you go to Japan. Each country has their own insurance like different insurance products. Like in my country, I go through Eurosu, something like that, which probably doesn't exist in the States or Canada. So as long as your insurance covers the things that you need, which is mainly medical and repatriation, if you are caught in an event where you need to be taken back home, that's probably what you're looking out for. King of Sugamo, indeed. Hey, wait a minute, let's I forgot this. We've got some great super chats, which I really appreciate, but I want to do the where is it? How do I do it? Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much. Yeah, sorry, it's okay. Coke Zero and Tokyo Banana always does a trip. Flooding again, indeed. Are you ever gonna move to Japan? I don't know. Orlando, I don't have any plans to move to Japan, to be honest. Right now, I have a good thing going, where I live here in a beautiful part of the world, and then I travel to Japan with my free time. I will need a little bit of sake, and I will be keeping all that sake for when I go to Japan. Nice. No, Sapporo is lovely. Right. Hi from London. Hey, how are you doing? From London. I'm going to be in London actually in just over a week's time, because I'm gonna spend a little bit of time in London before I head to Japan. So Robert, how are you doing? I'm going to propose. What? Nice one. To my girlfriend on our Japan trip this July. Any suggestions where to do it in Tokyo? Well, it depends. If you want cityscape, if you want, I think that the Tokyo Tower is very, very romantic. That area is very romantic. You could do it with Tokyo Tower in the background, or you could do it in a shrine, sort of more traditional, sort of like temple-ish, beautiful thing. Asakusa might be a good option, or a garden. I think that maybe a Japanese garden like Hamarikyu Gardens might be pretty nice. There's a tea house there. There's little sort of like little islands with bridges. That may be quite a nice location to propose. I haven't thought about where I would propose in Japan. Guys, let's help create the perfect proposal here for Robert Isaac. Any suggestions of where he should propose in Tokyo? Just one little thing. You need to share some photos with me of that proposal, okay? Yeah, Sam, like I said, great. This is very difficult to choose. But yeah, question, is travel insurance required, and can I be denied entry if I don't have it? At the moment, it is not required, but it is highly suggested. It could, in theory, have it could have repercussions in the future. If you don't have travel insurance now and something happens and you end up leaving Japan without paying your bill, then in the future, they might not let you into Japan. So even though it's not required right now, it's one of those things that I highly recommend, because it could affect future policies, of your future entry into Japan. Sunshine 660, also Sunshine City is pretty nice. My name is actually Mary. Mindy was my little dog that passed away last year. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I've always known you as Mindy, dude. So Mary. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think nighttime is very beautiful. I think Tokyo at night is very beautiful, but some gardens are spectacular. I think Shibuya Sky, the problem with some of these observation decks is that they can get very, very busy with tourists. So so that could be an issue if you're gonna go to some observation decks, then it could be very busy. It could become very busy. Some good hotel deals finally popped up last week, Bojo. Cool. So I jumped on and booked my hotel for my upcoming November-December trip. Nice one. Gazumi Nathan can relate now. 2 days home from last trip. hot water system issue, water everywhere, flooding, stuff. Yeah, but at least, I mean, it's horrible, but at least it's your water, not like somebody else's water coming in through the ceiling, right? Orlando, I mentioned right now that I don't necessarily have any specific plans to move to Japan at this very moment in time. Um, I think Japan is a great travel destination. I wish I had more time to travel in Japan. That would be pretty sweet. But at the moment, no plans. Robert, keep us in the loop, okay? Nighttime top of diamond and flower Ferris wheel. Ooh, Ferris wheels. That might be quite a nice romantic thing with a view of Japan. I mean, alternatively, you could always get yourself a really nice fancy restaurant with a great view of the city. A nice view of the city, nighttime view. If I were you, I would find some restaurants and message them and tell them your plan so that they can give you a nice, a good seat. So many great quiet spots for proposals in Tokyo. So even if your first choice is closed for some reason, lots of plan B locations, indeed. But I guess that for a proposal, you want it to be your plan A. You don't want to be like doing a plan B or a plan C. But yeah. Thank you so much. I will purchase it today. The cost for 3 of us for 2 weeks with great coverage is $465 US. I thought it was a great price, considering. Like I said, I don't know. Like age has an effect on price. Where you're from has an effect. What is covered and how much is covered. But that sounds about right, I would say. Ex Kiko, hey, from Germany, how you doing? How is everyone doing? Secondhand water is really frustrating, absolutely. Anyway, for those of you who have joined in, I'm Nathan Ninja Monkey. I travel to Japan as a tourist. It's I think one of the charms of the channel, I guess. I don't live in Japan. My perspectives are usually quite fresh. I travel through fresh eyes when I go to Japan every single time, and my aim is to share with you not just my Japan, but to share with you travel tips and things that you can do in Japan and answer your questions. We have an amazing community of people in the chat that usually are ahead of me, giving some great advice, and I'm really thankful to them. Thank you so much, Ninja Monkey community, for being so amazing and great. Jim Ross, thank you so much. Hi and welcome. Sam Machakash, because it will be hot and humid, only 10 days till the monkey takes flight. I am so excited, seriously. I am really excited about my trip this year. I feel it's kind of weird. In previous trips, I've explored a lot of prefectures that have been new for me. And now that I've been to every single prefecture in Japan, I feel that I've been able to tailor make this trip to do things that I know I'm really going to enjoy. So I'm super excited. Obviously there are going to be plenty of things that I've never seen before, but I'm really excited to go to places like Takayama. I went to Takayama 2014 and 2015. That's it. So 10 years ago, and I'm really looking forward to exploring Takayama. I've got myself a really nice itinerary that I'm going to be following. I've booked my Shirakawa-go buses. Going to be heading to Shirakawa-go basically on the very first bus, getting there super early, and I'm going to be going to Hida Takayama also. Super excited. Apart from that, so much travel, so much doing things like staying in Miyajima Island, on the island. Can't wait. And the great thing is that I get to share all this with you guys, so keep an eye on Ninja Monkey and on Happy Gaijin, my second channel, where I will be streaming, probably not every single day, but my aim is to stream at least 3 times a week, and try to have them scheduled 3 times a week. And spontaneously, you never know, right? You never know with a monkey. Oh, and by the way, Jim, arigatou gozaimasu. Wait a minute, we don't have our special alert button thingy. There we go. Sorry, it's just appeared right now. And also, You can hear the monkey? Can you hear the monkey? Yeah, don't propose in the donkey store, okay? Just Jeroming, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Takoyaki boy, how are you doing? Trying to be clever. Yeah, Clayton is flying to Japan today. He's gonna be in and out of Japan for the next 6 months, I think. Very excited for him. I'll see if I can make it work. You know, it might be a little bit difficult to catch up with him, but we'll see. I want to travel to Japan for the very first time in winter next year. Well, you've got a good year and a half to plan. Great that you're here. I want to go skiing, but also to see the Nozawa Onsen Fire Festival and to see the Maiko Show in Kyoto. Sounds like you have a great trip planned. 4 weeks in Nagano. Aizu Wakamatsu is great. Love it. Yamagata, nice. Morioka, Sapporo with Jozankei Onsen. Takayama with Shirakawa-go and Gujo Hachiman. Kyoto and Kanazawa. Sounds fantastic. A lot of these places are very spread out, so you're gonna have to be quite clever with how you get, you know, from one to the next. But sounds amazing. I already 3 times in Japan, Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, and Nikko. Next year, February, I want to travel from the bottom left all the way to the top right. That route, what route would I recommend? The problem with traveling from the bottom left, I'm just trying to visualize a map of Japan, all the way to the top right, is that a lot of the Shinkansen actually goes on the right, on the east coast of Japan. So that's the main problem, really. So you're gonna be quite limited with local trains. You're really gonna want to travel via the Shinkansen if you know, to not make it take forever. Hey, are you there? How are you doing? Fierce Empath. Hey, Ninjabaki, would you recommend Shirakawa-go over Hida Furukawa? I am worried about the bus reservations online for Shirakawa-go. Okay, so this is a great question, and I'm going to answer it in a weird way. I think they're both very, very, very different, and I'm going to be traveling to both of them now. In the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be there, and I've just booked my bus reservations for Shirakawa-go like just a few days ago, so my aim is to do Shirakawa-go like in the morning, early in the morning, and returning to Takayama, where I'm going to be staying for like lunchtime or just after lunch, and then I'm going to be doing Hida the following day in the morning. And I think Hida is only going to be like a 15-minute ride from Takayama, and I'm probably going to be fine doing the morning. So they're both very different. I think Hida is going to be like a quieter Takayama, and Shirakawa-go is going to be its own like unique different thing. First bus to Shirakawa-go, indeed, you have to, right? Especially if you're a content creator like myself. I'm gonna get there, and you know, I'm gonna spend a good hour and a half or 2 hours longer than the normal tourist filming stuff. I will travel in end of February to mid-March. Nice. It can be cheaper that time, you're right. Octi, 14 weeks now until my next trip. Like exactly at this time in 14 weeks, I'll be 30,000 feet above China. Nice. You'll try to join from the flight. That would be awesome. We'll have to put a 14-week countdown for you. Feeling better after finally burying my sister. Oh my goodness. Seriously? I'm so sorry. I didn't know this. I am very, very sorry to hear this. And it just puts into perspective, you know, everything. We complain about things like floods. We complain about, you know, mundane things. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you know, there are such more important things. And my condolences to you. And I'm very, very sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that. I want to go from left to right and stay in Tokyo the last days for merchandise buying. Many people say I should stay at least 1 or 2 days in each city like Yokohama, and there is an island. It depends what you want to see in each city. I think that it also depends on how much time you have, you know? By the way, Mindy, where are you based? Mindy. Mary. Mum. Now I get why you were called Mum. Now I get it. Jesse, Shirakawa-go is absolutely breathtaking, definitely worth the headache. Hopefully not too much of a headache. By the way, everyone, for those of you watching, I just wanted to remind you, let me just get this up and running for you. Can I put it? There is a QR code here, and this QR code goes to a form where you can recommend places along my itinerary that you think that I should be adding. So I'm looking for things that are tried and tested by you awesome people. So if you've been to Takayama, Shirakawa-go, if you've been to Okayama, Kurashiki, Onomichi, Hiroshima, for example, etc., 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 then you can add some of your suggestions of maybe your favorite restaurant, a nice little coffee place that you went to, a hidden shrine, etc. And one of the things that I'm looking out for, is the hidden side of Kyoto. So if you have any specific special Kyoto like temples, shrines, or areas that you think are a little bit less visited by tourists, I would highly recommend them, that you include them in the form. Ultimately, it's not just for me, because obviously everything ends up in some kind of a video most of the time, or a live stream. So there, you could pause a video and you could take a picture if you're interested. Hey Monkey Crew, hey, how you doing? I will rent a car to go to Shirakawa-go and Guji Hachiman, but I've been already to Shirakawa-go once and Gujo twice. Hope the streets are in good conditions in winter. Winter's going to be a whole different thing, I think, for you. For sure. How close is Kagoshima to Hot Sands? I don't know. I always check Google Maps for all of these things. Hey Firam, how you doing? Awesome. I will start reserving my bus tickets to Shirakawa-go closer to September. I think you should book them like the month before. So like in August. And it's not too complicated, the reservation. I mean, it took me like a few minutes to sort of figure it out, but it isn't so complicated. By the way, for all of you watching, you might be new. I just wanted to let you know that I do this every Sunday, and I have a Tokyo Banana with me, and I have one left, which means that I have one Sunday left before my trip to Japan. And whilst I'm in Japan, I'm going to try to keep the Sunday stream going. Nice, it'll be quite early Japan time, but hopefully I can try and get the stream running from Japan on a Sunday, at least most Sundays. Back in the clay, on the way to Japan, I've heard. Exciting. This time I go with an eSIM because on the last trip my pocket Wi-Fi died and I was at the Rainbow Bridge and I didn't know how to get back to the hotel. That sounds kind of irritating. For those, that's a great little segue into my Sakura Mobile. For those of you who are looking for pocket Wi-Fi, a great way of supporting the channel, like financially, is by getting, a product like Sakura Mobile. It's I just get a little bit of a commission. There's no additional cost to you, and you're getting a product that you are probably going to get anyway. There's also pocket Wi-Fi's out there, and you know what? Get what works for you. Sakura Mobile might be just a little bit more, a tiny little bit more pricey than some of the other locations, but I can vouch that it works very well, and you're paying for good service ultimately. Hey, how you doing? Double rips. 28 days, Grant. Nothing. That's like round the corner. Yeah, I've used pocket Wi-Fi many times with no issues, but I can understand that being an issue. I always have a battery pack with me. Packing and booking. Packing. It's a shame Uchijuku is hard to get to, which is a viable replacement to Shirakawa-go, Nathan. Yeah, it isn't hard, I don't think. Is that the one near is that the one that's very near Aizu Wakamatsu? Because there's a postal town near Aizu Wakamatsu, and I think that Aizu Wakamatsu should be visited. It's a great little town. Lantern and nap, always. Nathan, I'm in Southern California. Drew always called me sister. Okay, sister. Knight's Rider's girl was known as mum to Drew. Alright. Right. Sister. Drew, I can't believe it. It's been now quite a few weeks. And you know what? I've got a feeling that it's gonna hit me when I go to Japan. This trip. It's gonna hit me, and I already arranged with a few people to have a drink in a hub, preferably Drew's hub, in his name. And I know that's gonna really hit me. So, hey Gold Coast, how you doing? Nathan and Monkey Gang finally got the proof of my 3-month trip next year. Awesome. Do you use an app or tool for trip planning? You know what? A lot of people have been using ChatGPT recently, and ChatGPT can be a little bit iffy. AI can be a little bit iffy. I think that the best thing that you can do is come up with your own itinerary and then maybe ask ChatGPT prompts like, what do you recommend I add? Or I'm looking for some onsens in the area using this itinerary. Where what do you recommend? Is there a more efficient way of doing it? And then you always have to double check. But I think that a lot of the best way to plan it is to look at a map, make a list of places that you're interested in, and then try to make it work. Looking at a map, Google Maps, and looking at the amount of time that a train will take to get to those locations. And if for example, if you see that from one location to another it's going to take 5 hours, which is probably a waste of time, then you have an opportunity to add somewhere in the middle, and that's where the gems start happening in your trip, because you start getting all of these unplanned locations as a result of trying to get from A to B. So the way that I usually do it is I have Google Maps in front of me. I have a list of places that I am interested in, and I put from point A to point B, and I look at the travel times, and that will help me sort of start steering the beginnings of my trip. A meme of a channel. I'm heading to Suzuka 1000 kilometers in September. Does anyone have any recommendations for anything else I should check out in the area? Wow, that sounds pretty cool. Recommendations? I haven't been to Suzuka, I don't think so. Just got home from London. Hey David, how you doing? Hope you're doing. By the way, those of you who are patrons, thanks so much for your support. I've sent out some top tier patrons some gift bags for those of you who are in in the time frame of getting the gift bags. So I've actually sent out some Ninja Monkey bandanas, I've sent out some postcards, and I've sent out some postcards to the new patron members also, and I'm getting ready all your addresses so I can send out postcards whilst I'm in Japan. So a lot of things have to be done, but now I'm dealing with a flood. Well, no longer a flood, thankfully it's dried up, but there is damage. Hey Gazumi, I'm so sorry about your mom also. Hi from Toronto, Dean from Toronto. Has it in your name? How you doing? Danny, in Kyoto, you should visit Miyagawacho near the Resi State Tsubaki Hotel. There you will find many Maikos at around 5:30, and there are not many tourists. By the way, I booked the hotel this time. Nice. Danny, if you could put that in the Google form, that will really help me, because it means that I have everything in one place. At the moment, people are recommending things in the chat, and I then find it very hard to go back and find it. So I'm just going to leave that there for a little bit. Living in 12 hours, my friend is driving me in 7. Exciting. Very exciting. Going to aim for Ainokura or Suganuma over Shirakawa-go, hoping there'll be less tourist alternatives. Probably. I mean, I am doing Shirakawa-go because it's sort of like something that I don't have footage for, and I feel that I need footage and I need to have some insights. A lot of people do ask about Shirakawa-go quite a bit. In case people have missed it and may be affected, have you seen there have been issues with foreign bookings for Toyoko in hotels, and the hotel may not actually receive the booking? Yeah, it's been on the news recently. I don't have any Toyoko in bookings this trip, I believe. So thankfully I'm okay in that respect. Danny, and in Kyoto, Shinsendo is nice for meditating, and there are a few tourists. Well, Danny, please add it all to the form. It's super easy. You go to the form, you click Kyoto, and you just write. I appreciate it. Hey, you're all from NC, North Carolina. Is that North Carolina? 101. That sounds very hot. Yeah, Uchi-juku is near Aizu Wakamatsu. So it's actually when you're in Aizu Wakamatsu, it's actually quite easy to get to. There's it's like 15 or 20 minutes away by bus. I hope you're able to do meetups in the future. You've been such a great resource for Japan trip planning. Thank you so much. Well, you know, I'd like to do meetups in the future. I've done them in the past. They've always been a lot of fun. It's about finding the right time, the right place, and the right sort of like moment where everybody's sort of coinciding in Japan. Or I've done meetups in London also, actually. Surprisingly, people have turned up for meetups in London, but it has to basically be a situation where there's enough of us, you know, to make a meetup, you know. Let's see. I hear you. I plan on visiting Kappabashi, Tokyo Dome, and Rainbow Bridge in honor of Drew. I will definitely shed many tears. Well, I actually have a few places that are going to be quite difficult for me to visit, but I'm going to visit in Asakusa. The last time I was with Drew. He took me to a bar that was closed, and he said to me, "Oh, next time you're here, we have to go to that bar because it's really cool." So that's one place. And then he also pointed out another place in Asakusa that he said that I should go to. So yeah. Have fun at work. So Fukuoka, Hiroshima, Okayama, Okinawa. Ooh, nice. Nagoya, Nagano, Shizuoka, Fukushima, Utsunomiya, Nikko. Sounds amazing. Sounds really amazing. Sounds pretty good. I would recommend Toba or Ise for Ise Jingu Shrine if you're going to Suzuka Circuit, even Nagoya. Yeah, I went to Ise Jingu Shrine last summer, and I'm actually going to be going to that area this summer. I haven't been back to Japan in 35 years. Wow. Wow. I'm sneaking in without seeing my mum's family in Yokohama. Secret, guys, don't tell, okay? We'll see my dad's side in Tokyo. Atami and Shizuoka. Atami is so nice. Atami is really nice. Okay, I think it's time for Tokyo Banana. You know, I've been to Atami quite a few times. I have a friend that lives in Atami, a viewer, and she and her husband, who's Japanese, have been trying desperately to get me to stay at their place, which I've actually visited. lovely location. They have like a hot spring and everything. It's really cool. It's just it hasn't coincided, it hasn't worked out. Anyway, this is Tokyo Banana for those of you who are wondering. Tokyo Banana. And wait a minute, I think that there's something wrong with the color. I've just realized. I've got a feeling. Oh. Okay. Obsessive. What's going on with Takoyaki Boy? I'm not very sure what's going on there, but I noticed hotel prices have gone up quite a bit. I booked my autumn trip and the prices were a fair bit higher than my last trip. Yeah, I think they've gone up like 20%, 30%. The yen is quite weak today. I want to get some yen exchanged tomorrow. Hopefully the yen will remain weak to the pound. My latest booking was through the hotel's own website. You'll be fine then. If it's through the website of the hotel, you'll be fine. Gabriel, thank you so much. Oh man. Arigatou gozaimasu. I think that can somebody just get rid of Takoyaki Boy? Unfortunately, I don't know what's going on there. Actually, let's give you one warning, one main warning here. If things like your shenanigans that continue, this chat is full of love, full of support, full of being positive, and I hardly ever have any issues. So please just be nice. And I always give people chances, This isn't gonna be the chat, the live stream for that. Thank you, dude. Flood damage funds. Arigatou gozaimasu. Wait a minute, let me get the confetti. What's the confetti? I wish I could catch it. Arigato, thanks. Thank you. He is banned already. Okay. Pity. It's pity that that we have to do this, but in the last couple of years we've banned very few people, so I'm proud of that. Ooh. Let's see. I've lost my trail of thought now because of that. If you can try to meet my friend Ice Nathan, Drew really wanted to meet her. Yeah, I mean, message me and tell me, we could talk about it. Do you think you need a rental car for Naha? I would suggest I went to Ishigaki, and one of the best things that I did was rent a car. I found that that it was very easy to drive in Okinawa, in Ishigaki anyway. So 100% recommend it, especially if you want to, get to some of the spots freely without having to not waste time, but be reliant on buses and that kind of thing. Took a banana. Yeah, thank you, mods. We usually give people, I'm quite lenient, try to give people the benefit of the doubt and give them a chance to sort of sort themselves out. But if they don't, then boop, bye. And anyway, I trust my mods. Whatever they want to do, I trust them. If you have any doubts using Agoda, you can send a message to the hotel through the app and they will confirm the booking for you. Yeah, that's what you should do. You should basically confirm your booking through, like booking.com or whatever. Waterfalls are nice, but not inside of my flat. You're right. Well, this is the thing, right? Today, and the damage was in my bathroom mainly, and I had cleaned everything up, and there's some damage on the ceiling, etc. Whatever, And I thought, I'm gonna clear my mind. I'm gonna go for a swim. I'm gonna go to the beach. I'm gonna go for a swim. So I went into my bedroom, and I wasn't wearing shoes to get my swimming shorts, and I stepped into a puddle of water in my bedroom, and I went, no. You did your driving license on Ishigaki. Wow, that's a great place to do it. Very rare. Greatest Japan travel community on YouTube. Well done, crew. Yeah, very, very rare. Very rare. Hey, DeAndre, Nathan, Sam Shinkansen tips. Want to travel to several cities from Tokyo. Well, the Shinkansen is super easy to travel on. If you're going to be using Tokyo as a base and you're going to be traveling maybe every day out on the Shinkansen, you might actually make the JR pass worth it for you. The problem with the JR pass a lot of the time nowadays is that the time limit means that you have to move. So I think realistically, if you're going to be using the Shinkansen from Tokyo, then you're going to want to stay near Tokyo Station. Realistically, that if that's going to be your plan, then stay near Tokyo Station, because then you can get access from Tokyo Station to the Shinkansen south, and you're only like 2 or 3 stops from Ueno Station, where you can get the Shinkansens that head north. Lots of options for Shinkansen travel and interesting day trips that you can do include Morioka, Sendai, for example, Nagoya. You can. The list goes on and on and on. Hey, Jennifer, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well, Jennifer. I was just mentioning that I've sent some little packages out to patrons, so thank you so much for being a patron, and you should be receiving it. I don't know when, because European mail can be slow. Looking forward to seeing Katsuji this time. Nice. Maxibon, hey, hi Nathan. I will be going to Japan for the first time in 3 months. What? What is your ideal first day in Tokyo? Where do you go and what do you see first? I think it depends on the time that you arrive in Tokyo. If you arrive quite early, then Tsukiji Market, although it can be a little bit of a tourist trap, and it is a little bit of a tourist trap, it's definitely a place that will keep you awake because it's just so crazy. I think that my personal favorite places that I go on, if I had to choose a perfect first day, ideal first day, I would probably go to a garden like Hamaruku Garden from Tsukiji. If spend a little bit of time with Tsukiji is fine. And then if the boats are running, I could get the water taxi to Asakusa, or if not, just get the train to Asakusa and spend some time in Asakusa. One of the really great ways of seeing Tokyo on the very first day or the first few days is getting up to an observation deck. I like to do that at the beginning of my trip. It gives you a really good idea of how big the city is, Hope that gives you some ideas. What does Tokyo Banana taste like? Do they make great omiyage gifts to bring home? Tokyo Banana is like a sponge cake with banana custard. The problem, they make great gifts to bring home. In fact, my friends keep on asking me to bring them back every time I travel. However, the problem with Tokyo Banana is that it has a very, very short shelf life. So it's the kind of thing that it's going to go off in a week, which is why I put them in the freezer. Kanazawa is really beautiful, huh? Upcoming October trip, staying hotel next to Shin Osaka. Cool. Using Shinkansen to Okayama, Kurashiki next morning. I'm gonna be staying. I'm gonna be using Okayama as a base, and I'm gonna be traveling to Kurashiki, and I'm planning on going to Onomichi. I've been to Onomichi like 3 times. This will be my like 4th time going to Onomichi, but I really do like Onomichi quite a bit. I feel that it's like it's a little bit of a town that still hasn't been fully discovered. That's what I like about it. Almost over my jet lag. Jet lag sucks. Severe Japan blues. Understand. I have Japan blues, and I'm going to Japan. Gero Onsen, your photos looked amazing. Making my Japan 2026 list. Yes. What is your favorite place in Japan? Mine is Yakushima. You know what? Yakushima is one of my top favorite places, but I think that Ishigaki could potentially be one of my favorite places now. Yakushima has been on my top locations in Japan, but I also fell in love with Miyazaki last year. Miyazaki was pretty cool in Kyushu. Yeah, buy some, stick them in the freezer, and whenever you want a little bit of a Japan fix, you bring one out. Just driving around. Thank you. You can. I'll read the message later on Discord. Thank you so much. From Okayama, you can go to Fukuya Furusato village. There are nearly no tourists, but hard to get there. For Danny, for those, I mentioned this, I've already put the Google form a few times. For those of you who want to give me recommendations of places that I should visit or add or look at potentially going to on this trip, which will be how many days? In 10 days time, you can fill in the form and I'll have everything in one place. I'm actually creating a form for my friends to fill in like anything that they want me to purchase from Japan, because I keep on getting messages left, right and center. Like one friend sent me, buy me this, some yarn, some special Japanese yarn because she likes to knit. Another friend asked me to bring Tokyo Banana. Another friend asked me to, and I'm like, wait. I'm going to create a Google form, fill in the form, and that way I'll have everything in one place. Ishigaki with Iriomote is your number 2. You know what? I'm not a big fan of udon. Is Chicago hot and humid? Does it? Is it? I thought Chicago was like I have Chicago as a colder sort of like city in my mind for some reason. And the Shimanami Kaido is a wonderful also the summer. Yeah, it's been on my list, that one. Too much to see. Too much. Staying in Kurashiki 2 nights. Nice. Ideas on how to overcome jet lag going from the US to Tokyo. I've had migraines the last 2 times I visited. I think that when it comes to jet lag, you need to consider trying to, get yourself on the same sort of rhythm or pattern as Japan, or the same time zone as Japan, obviously. So I am arriving at 7 a.m. in Tokyo, which is gonna be brutal. It's gonna be brutal. So what I'm gonna be doing, and this is what my strategy when I arrive so early in the morning, is to stay awake. I'll be checking into my hotel at 3, and then I will have a nap from 3 to 5 or whatever, probably, and then get out of the hotel and try to stay up, you know, at least till 9 or 10. Also, when it comes to jet lag, a lot of the time is actually dehydration. So consider drinking, try to keep yourself, you know, like hydrated on the flight as much as possible. That's something that can help a lot, actually. But I get it. I've had some migraines in the past, and it's usually been as a result of me not drinking enough. And if I arrive in the afternoon, then I won't have a nap. I will just try to stay out. And usually by staying out on the first day, I mean like 9:30 p.m. or something like that, Japan time. And then usually the next morning, I am more or less okay. Chicago is a windy city. There are so many cool day trips to be taken from Okayama or Fukuyama. We used Fukuyama as our base, and there was a gorgeous Fukuyama castle right across the street from us. Nice. And the grounds are open late. Wow, that's cool. That's good to know. You opt for sleep deprivation. I don't. I've tried that before. I think I've tried that before. I've tried not sleeping before a flight. And it was the same experience on the flight, really. So, but I guess everybody has their whole little things, you know, ways of doing it. Hi, was gonna say what Nathan just did. Awesome. Feel lucky if you still have places you want to see. I'm slowly running out of places. I'm thinking about traveling to Ogasawara, 24-hour ferry ride. That would be awesome. Chicago used to be very cold back in the day. Barely get any snow anymore. Yes, right now it's 90 degrees. Hot and humid. Modern planes are made from composite materials, meaning that they need less pressure, which I find helps with the migraines. Okay, cool. Okayama Korakuen quoted Japan's first garden. Quoted. Right, guys, I am going to start ending the stream here. I know it's been a little bit of a shorter one than normal, but I'm going to carry on cleaning up my house. Just think of it this way: one more Sunday stream before my trip, and then you get me in Japan. I'll be showing you some awesome things. Thanks for another stream. No problem, dude. It's been fun. Yeah, keep away from the alcohol if you're allergic to alcohol, dude. Well, the flooding is stopped flooding. It's just there's damage and there's a mess everywhere, you know? Any Ninja Monkey stream is fun. Yay. Thank you, Nathan. Sorry about the flood damage. Hope it's not severe. It is gonna cost a pretty penny, but hey, you know, everything in perspective, I think, at the end of the day. So, right, everyone, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you have any questions and you watch this far, then you can still leave it as a comment, and either myself or somebody from the community will answer. We also have a great Discord community where it's completely free and you can join and ask questions and keep in touch, etc. Thanks everyone, stay positive and be happy, gaijin. Till next time, bye.